This is why pets end up in shelters, and what we can do about it. Every year, millions of pets are surrendered to shelters across the country. The reasons for this are varied and complex, but the impact on the animals is always profound. Understanding these reasons can help us find solutions and prevent more animals from facing the same fate. The number one reason for pet surrender is that people feel unable to provide the time, care, and love their pet deserves. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes circumstances change in ways that make it difficult for pet owners to continue caring for their animals. This can include job loss, illness, or other personal crises. When people are struggling to take care of themselves, it can be nearly impossible to also take care of a pet. Dogs, especially, often shut down, overwhelmed by the sudden change and loss of family. Imagine being taken from the only home you've ever known and placed in a strange, noisy environment filled with unfamiliar smells and sounds. It's no wonder that many dogs become depressed or anxious in shelters. They don't understand why they've been abandoned, and the stress can take a serious toll on their mental and physical health. They become terrified and confused, making adoption difficult. Many don't get adopted. The longer a dog stays in a shelter, the more their behavior can deteriorate, making it even harder for them to find a new home. Potential adopters may be put off by a dog that seems fearful or aggressive, not realizing that these behaviors are often a result of the trauma the dog is experiencing. Next up, moving and landlord issues. Moving to a new home can be a stressful experience for anyone, but it can be especially challenging for pet owners. Many rental properties have strict pet policies, and finding a pet-friendly home can be difficult and expensive. Some landlords impose breed restrictions or limit the number of pets allowed, forcing families to make the heartbreaking decision to surrender their beloved animals. Breed restrictions and financial stress are huge factors. Certain breeds, such as pit bulls or Rottweilers, are often banned by landlords or insurance companies, leaving owners with few options. Additionally, the cost of pet deposits and monthly pet fees can add up quickly, making it financially unfeasible for some families to keep their pets. In these situations, people may feel they have no choice but to surrender their animals. When faced with these challenges, many feel they have no choice but to surrender their pets. It's a decision that no one takes lightly, but sometimes it feels like the only option. The emotional toll on the pet owner can be immense, as they grapple with feelings of guilt and sadness over giving up their furry family member. Then, there's having too many animals. Some people take in more pets than they can realistically care for, often out of a desire to help animals in need. However, this can quickly become overwhelming, leading to neglect and poor living conditions for the pets. In these cases, surrendering some of the animals to a shelter may be the best option for their well-being. Spaying and neutering your pets can help address this issue. By preventing unwanted litters, we can reduce the number of animals that end up in shelters. It's a simple and effective way to make a big difference in the lives of pets and their owners. Shockingly, unwanted litters are another common reason, and guess what? It also has an easy fix: spay and neuter. Finally, allergies. Allergies can develop suddenly, even in people who have never had them before. When a family member becomes allergic to a pet, it can create a difficult situation. Despite all the medications available today, allergies still lead to many pets being surrendered. Despite all the medications available today, allergies still lead to many pets being surrendered. It's heartbreaking to think that a beloved pet could be given up because of something as seemingly minor as a runny nose or itchy eyes. But for some people, the symptoms can be severe and unmanageable, leaving them with no other option. The truth is, animals are often surrendered for convenience. Sometimes people simply don't want the responsibility of caring for a pet anymore. They may have underestimated the time, effort, and money required to properly care for an animal, or their lifestyle may have changed in a way that makes pet ownership less appealing. In these cases, surrendering the pet can seem like the easiest solution. Let's call it what it is. It's a failure of commitment. When we bring a pet into our lives, we make a promise to care for them for their entire life. Breaking that promise should never be taken lightly. It's important to remember that pets are not disposable. They are living beings with feelings and needs. Dogs have time limits in shelters. Many shelters are overcrowded and underfunded, and they simply don't have the resources to care for every animal indefinitely. As a result, dogs and other pets are often given a limited amount of time to be adopted before they face euthanasia. This time limit can vary depending on the shelter and the animal's health and behavior, but it is a harsh reality for many pets. If the shelter is at capacity, animals have 72 hours before they face euthanasia. This is a heartbreaking statistic, but it's the reality for many shelters that are struggling to keep up with the influx of surrendered pets. The pressure to find homes for these animals is immense, and the staff and volunteers work tirelessly to give each pet the best chance at a new life. Over 6.5 million pets are surrendered each year. This staggering number highlights the scale of the problem and the urgent need for solutions. Each of these animals has a story, and each one deserves a chance at a happy, healthy life. By understanding the reasons for pet surrender, we can work towards reducing this number and improving the lives of pets and their owners. Of those, 4 million get adopted. This is a hopeful statistic, showing that many pets do find new homes and loving families. Adoption is a wonderful option for those looking to add a pet to their family, and it can make a world of difference for an animal in need. However, it also means that millions of pets are still left without homes, but that means millions are euthanized. The reality is that not every pet will find a new home, and the consequences are devastating. Euthanasia is a last resort, but it is a necessary part of managing the overwhelming number of animals in shelters. It's a tragic outcome that we must work to prevent by addressing the root causes of pet surrender. It's heartbreaking to think we've failed these animals. They come to us with trust and love, and we owe it to them to do everything we can to keep them safe and happy. When we fail to meet that responsibility, the consequences are dire. It's a sobering reminder of the importance of responsible pet ownership and the need for systemic changes to support pets and their owners. They deserve better because their lives mattered. Let's do better. We can all play a role in reducing pet surrender and improving the lives of animals. This can include adopting from shelters, supporting spay and neuter programs, and advocating for pet-friendly housing policies. By working together, we can create a world where every pet has a loving home. They depend on us. Our pets rely on us for everything, from food and shelter to love and companionship. It's a responsibility that we must take seriously. By making informed decisions and committing to our pets for life, we can ensure that they receive the care and love they deserve. Let's honor that commitment and make a difference for the animals who depend on us.